Hello, all of my darling divas, and welcome, well, kind of sort of back to your 2 p.m. scheduled video for the Fashion Double Feature Friday happening today on the blog. So if you checked out the video that was posted earlier today at 12, I told you guys that today you will be getting two fashion videos, one at 12 and one at 2. So the one at 12 was a fall fashion essentials video, so if you want to check that out before you check out this video, I will leave a link to that down below. But here is your 2 p.m. video, and today we're going to be talking about shoes. Now, it is absolutely without a doubt, without a fact, that all women love shoes, right? Shoes just make the world go around. They make the perfect outfit just come together. You clearly can't walk out your house without having shoes on. But if you are a lady like myself who has a larger foot or a wider foot, shoe shopping can be a pretty frustrating and not so fun experience. Shoe shopping should be equal and fun for all, but if you have a bigger shoe size or a wider foot, then shoe shopping is definitely something that you don't like to do. So hopefully this video will ease your frustration and will make your shoe shopping experience just as delightful as everybody else. So let's hop right into these shoe buying tips. Okay, so tip number 1 is very simple. Don't be afraid to ask. Okay, so you're shopping in the mall and you walk past a shoe store and you don't go in. You already assume that they don't have your shoe size and they don't cater to what you need, so you just keep on walking by. You don't even stop in, you don't even ask if they have your shoe size, and you have already made the biggest mistake. The biggest thing that you could ever do is assume, and we all know the phrase of why you shouldn't assume. You should always ask questions. Do not be afraid to ask. I have found over the years that I have been shocked that a lot of places have carried my shoe size. First of all, let me state that I wear size 11, which nowadays is definitely easier to find now than it was back in the day, but still not as easily accessible as I would like it to be, obviously. So there have been plenty of times where I have not asked questions when I go into shoe stores. I would assume that they wouldn't have my size, and I just like, you know what, I'm just gonna ask. And to my surprise, sometimes they do carry my shoe size, or sometimes they had extended sizes available online that they could easily ship to the store or ship to my home. By asking questions, you easily can find out if these stores can accommodate to you, or you can find out if they don't accommodate to you. That way you can kind of sort of make a list of shoe stores where you can and can't buy. This makes your shopping experience less frustrating and definitely easier, so that next time you go to the mall, you know that you have these stores you can go shoe shopping in and these stores that you can't go shoe shopping in. So now that you have a list of do's and don'ts, it definitely makes shopping more successful. It makes it more fun because now you have a laundry list of stores that you can go in and have fun and have a lot of good time, and you know that you can find your good shoes, and now you don't have to go around being disappointed going into shoe store after shoe store and running into sizes that you don't have. And you know, by you creating a list of where you can and can't buy from, you kind of sort of know where to go, and you kind of stray away from those places that frustrate you because they don't have your shoe size. I right off the back have my top 5 holy grail shoe stores when I go shoe shopping. I go to these shoe stores in the mall because I know that these shoe places have my store. I go to these shoe stores in the mall because I know that these stores carry my shoe size, so I kind of stray away from the stores that don't carry my shoe size, if you feel me, because it doesn't make sense for me to go in knowing that the shoes don't fit. So it's kind of like plus size shopping, like for your clothing. You wouldn't go into a store that you know nothing fits you in. Instead, you go to a store where you know that things fit you in. So it's kind of sort of the same thing with your shoes. You have to make sure that you don't torture yourself. You want to make sure you go where they cater to your shoe size. So the first tip is not to be afraid to ask, because you're not going to know which stores cater to your size unless you ask, because a lot of stores do carry extended sizes online, and if the store simply doesn't carry your size, you just say thank you and you keep trucking. But then if they do carry your size, you learn something new. Now you have a new place to add to your do list, and now you can go crazy and have fun. Like, you learn something new, boo. Like, don't be afraid to open your mouth and ask questions. Okay, so tip number 2 is try it on. So You go to the shoe store, you ask the lady, they say, yes, we do carry your size. So do not go and buy all of the shoe sizes that they have and then take them home. No, rookie mistake. Make sure that you try it on. Shoes, just like clothes, come in all different kinds of cuts and shapes, so you never know if you're gonna have to size up or size down, and the worst thing you can do is waste money, okay? There have been plenty of times where I have had to buy a size 12 or a size 10 in a shoe simply because the shoe was cut too big or too small. And I would have never known that if I didn't try it on. A lot of people don't like to try things on because they're just they're in such a rush to get like out of the store. And you know, you need to try it on. And I know a lot of times people don't really even go shopping in store. A lot of people do online shopping, and you know, especially if you have a larger foot or a wider, I had to bring the camera down, but if you have a larger foot or a wider foot, obviously you have more of a selection online than in store. But you definitely want to try on your shoe, because you never know, you might need to size up or size down, and you're not gonna know that for sure unless you try it on. So don't be in a rush. Take your time, try on the shoes, like enjoy your shoe shopping experience. Don't just grab all of the shoes that are available in your size, pay for them, run out the store, and then get home and then figure out that half of them don't fit, you don't like the other half, and then only 2 pairs fit, and you just brought like 12 pairs of shoes just because all of them were in your right size. Like, try them on. Like I said before, I have plenty of shoes that I have brought that were size 10s, size 10 and a half, size 12, some even size 13s. I've had to go size all the way up because the shoes were cut so small. Actually, I just gave away a pair of shoes today that were a size 11, but they were too small for my foot. So I had to give them away. So that's just me not trying them on. So just don't purchase something and not try it on, and that definitely goes for shoes. So tip number 2 is to try it on. So this tip kind of piggybacks off of what I was saying about trying it on, and this tip is in particular to the ladies who have a wider foot, and this tip is to size up, size down. If you have a wider foot, you might be able to get away with a shoe if you go a size up. So let's say you're 7 wide, you might be able to get away with the 8 or 8.5 because the bigger shoe size might accommodate to your wider foot. So if you go to a store and they don't have any wide width shoes, you might be able to get some leeway if you go and if you try on shoes that are a couple of sizes up. As far as the whole size down thing, that just kind of piggybacks off of the whole trying on the shoe tip that I just mentioned. You never know if a shoe might be too small or too big. You don't ever want to assume. So you want to always make sure that you try on the shoe. Like, all these tips kind of gel and form into each other. You want to make sure you try it on. You want to make sure that it fits. You want to make sure that you have to, if you need to size up, you size up. If you need to size down, you size down. And if that shoe just basically isn't in your size, it's just not meant for you, boo. You gotta leave it. You gotta let it go. You gotta leave it alone. But yeah, if you're a wider width, because you know, you might be able to get away with sizing up. So like I said, if you're a 7 wide, you might be able to wear 8 or 8.5 or maybe a 9. So just like maybe see if you can fit into a bigger shoe to accommodate to the width of your foot. There are a lot of I know that the shoe places that I personally shop at carry wide width shoes as well as larger shoe sizes. So I'll be sure to leave a list of where I personally purchase my shoes if you're interested in knowing where I purchase my shoes from. But I like to stick to mostly plus size vendors because they cater to not only plus size clothing but plus size feet, and plus size feet are either wide and little or big, or a combination of the two. So I like to buy my shoes where I buy my clothes, so it's kind of like a 2-for-1 special. So definitely size up or size down that I have for you is you can return it. And this tip is more geared towards online shopping. because you're definitely going to find more shoes that cater to you online than in store, and that's just the flat out real deal. You're going to find that the shoes that fit you, you're going to find them more online than in store. I'm personally more of an online shopper than I am a shopper in store. So I definitely find it easier to shoe shop online than in store. And the one thing that is the bane of my existence is doing returns. And I have definitely kept pairs of shoes that have not fit just because I didn't want to exchange them. Just because I was like, well, you know, they only have these sizes left, they only have these options, I don't want to return them. And that's definitely a no-go. Like, you don't want to walk around in shoes that are uncomfortable. If they don't fit, send them back, get a new size, or send them back and exchange it for something else that you can actually use and actually wear. Like, do not waste your money. And also, by you figuring out what proper shoe size you wear at this store online, now you know what to order next time. So this is all trial and error, especially if you're ordering from a site from the first time. So especially if you're dealing with UK sizes, because I know sometimes UK sizes can be a bit confusing. It's never okay to keep something that you're not gonna use or wear. I mean, I know for me, like, everything in my closet I use. There's nothing in my closet that still has tags. Nothing in my closet that doesn't get worn. Everything definitely gets a turn. So if I'm not using it, there's a problem. It needs to get used. So if it doesn't fit you, like, let's say it doesn't fit up your leg, or it doesn't fit your ankle properly, or it's not fitting properly, exchange it, return it, go get something new, switch it out with something else, get your proper size. Figure out how the sizing works for you so that you can get comfortable. When you go back to that website and you buy another shoe item, you now know what works for you, what fits, and you won't have to exchange your extra money again. So you can exchange it, you can return it, man. If it doesn't fit, just return it, all right? Do not keep it. Return to sender, get another shoe, get another item in exchange. Just return it. There's enough shoes out there. You don't need to keep that. Which brings me to my last tip, which is don't settle. Do not settle for an ugly pair of shoes or an uncomfortable pair of shoes just because it comes in your size and you feel like you have to get this shoe because there's no other options for you. And I'm guilty of that. I am guilty of purchasing an ugly pair of shoes just because I know that I'm not gonna find anything else, so I might as well just try to make this shoe work. It's ugly, or it doesn't fit, or it's ugly and it don't fit, and I'm just gonna wear it anyway because it's in my size and I'm probably not gonna find anything better, so I might as well just settle for this shoe. Do not settle. Keep on looking until you find something better. You don't have to settle on a shoe just because it's in your size. If you don't like it, don't buy it. You can definitely go out and find some other shoe that you like. Don't settle on a shoe that doesn't fit you and that you don't like just because it's the only one available. Bump that, leave it there, go find you a shoe in another size, especially if you're in store. Like I said, there's more options online, so go home, open up the laptop, scroll on your phone, don't buy it. And don't settle, because you definitely don't want to bring home a shoe and just walk around in this ugly or uncomfortable or both shoe, and now you don't know how to style it, and it's just sitting there and it's like, why did I buy this shoe? I don't like it. Like, I just settled for it just because. And I'm telling you this because I'm definitely guilty of it. I'm definitely guilty of buying ugly shoes or uncomfortable shoes just because they were in my size and I knew that this is all I was gonna find, so I might as well just, make it work. Nope. Definitely stop doing that, and I have been happier ever since. So don't settle, okay? You know your shoe worth, all right? You're worth better than ugly, uncomfortable shoes, all right? There are definitely shoes out there for you, so you ain't gotta settle for no ugly, little nasty shoes, all right? Like, so ladies, that was just a shoe. I think that was 5 tips. That was 5 tips for you. A little small shoe buying guide if you have a larger shoe size or a wide shoe size. I hope I helped. I hope it was informative. If you have any other tips, please feel free to share. If you have any stores where you buy shoes from, also feel free to share. I'll be sure to share where I buy my shoes from in my blog post, so be sure to click on the link down below to check out more information. Now, this was the second and last blog post of the day. Remember, it was Double Fashion Feature Friday. I have gotten that slogan all wrong all day. But there was 2 videos today, 2 blog posts. So if you missed one at 12, don't worry, I will link it so you can check that out. So be sure to check out both videos. One was posted at 12 and one was posted just now at 2. Let me know what you think. So you guys are spoiled. Y'all got 2 videos. I will see y'all next week with 2 more. Your girl is tired, all right? She works hard for y'all. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this double feature. I really do truly hope that it was informative and you guys had a lot of fun with me today, because I definitely had a lot of fun with you guys. So until we meet again, have a great, wonderful weekend. Be sure to come meet me here next week. I love you like tater tots, and I'll see you soon.